Well, hey guys, welcome back to another exciting video. I've been really looking forward to this one. As you guys know, if you follow me on my channel, I have a full-size virtual pinball machine that's compatible with over like 1,100 different pinballs. So instead of having to buy one pinball that's like, you know, $5,000 to $8,000 and just have one game, you can buy one of these suckers and have every table known to man on these things. I made a video, a more in-depth video on this a few years back. It got a couple 100,000 views. A lot of people ended up placing orders for them and are really pleased. If you'd like to know more in-depth about my virtual pinball machine, please see my channel. I'll put a link below in the description if you want to check that video out. This video is going to be strictly about the 4 or 5 new upgrades I just put on this machine. I purchased this from the Pinball King out of Florida. Great guy, knows his stuff. He actually was able to talk to me on the phone for several hours and actually took over my system via the internet, via AnyDesk, kind of do the back end things, get things up and running and all the things that are just kind of over my head. So great customer support. Shout out to Michael for all the help. So anyways, without further ado, let's jump into the upgrades. All right, so the first upgrade is this beautifully done 2-part powder coating. It's this deep royal blue color. Not only is it a cool color, but I love how it's also got this cracked design to it, which I think looks really cool for, like, you know, pinballs and vintage video games, and which is what a lot of these pinballs are. But it's just absolutely gorgeous. Powder coating has always blown me away. It's an awesome, you know, thing to do. It's super durable. It keeps it sheen, you know, easy to clean. I just love powder coating. So all the powder coated parts are, of course, the lockdown bar here, these side rails, as well as the legs themselves. Way cool. I think it ties in the game really nicely, especially with this artwork I have on there. It just really finishes it up. I also added some matching blue speaker grills. They say the Pinball King on there. Before I had silver ones, but really happy with the powder coat. All right, next up is this ultra-wide LED matrix in the playfield, which has 6 times the amount of LEDs as my last one. So it has a much higher definition versus previously. Super awesome. It was fairly easy to install with Michael's help, but pretty straightforward. Each table has its own, you know, little display there on the matrix. The matrix is also dimmable, and you could turn it off if you would wish. So that was one of the things on the last video. Some people were commenting that the matrix was so bright that it would reflect off the playfield. But this one, I think I have it at the right brightness level where it's not going to be too distracting. It's absolutely gorgeous. All right, so next up is the monitor. This is a Samsung Neo G7 QLED 144 hertz monitor. All the tables are running at around 120 hertz. The previous screen I had in here was 60 hertz, or about, you know, 60 frames a second is kind of what it is. And sometimes on some of the tables you could notice, you know, the ball wouldn't roll quite as smoothly as it probably would in real life. And you'd also notice a little bit of a flipper lag. With this monitor, it's completely gone. I've probably played at least 200 or 300 tables since the upgrade. The ball rolls incredibly smoothly. It's also a much brighter and crisper screen. Definitely worth the upgrade. If you're going to choose any of the upgrades when you're ordering from his website, definitely recommend you do at least the monitor upgrade. Okay, so for the third upgrade, you can't see it. It's inside, it's internal. It's the graphics card. I installed a 4060 graphics card, which Michael recommended to handle the higher frame rate of this new monitor, new screen. Before, I think I had the 1660 Ti, and that ran the 60 hertz monitor really nicely, but to really get full you know, performance out of this new screen, he recommended I upgraded the monitor. So yeah, I installed the 4060. I haven't, you know, built a few computers in my life, so that wasn't pretty hard to do at all. Just get the monitor out, and then you got access to the PC, and then you could just unplug the old one, plug the new one back in. But really nice upgrade. I also upgraded the solid state drive that has all the tables. This new drive I installed has the latest and greatest tables that have come out in at least the last 2 years. Another thing I love is this new update there's different folders that were not there before. Of course, you can search by all tables. There's now a kids section. You can go in and it's only kid-friendly tables. After the kids section, we have an adults table section. What's neat is you go into it and it's passcode protected. So I think it's 1978 is the one I have it set to. 1978. Now we can go in and we have all the adult tables. You can also just click and it'll go through this. They're all in alphabetical order. Again, this is not a real in-depth review versus my last video. I would recommend checking that out. I explain how everything works on this machine. Another folder that I'm not entirely certain what it's for, but you can search by custom LED effects. So of course each table has its own LED effects on the, as you can see on the side rails there, as well as the new ultra-wide matrix. But apparently you can search by LED effects. This software update has the latest version of Virtual Pinball and Pinup Popper on it. Just wanted to mention that. So after MX, we actually have manufacturers, which I could see myself using, especially my dad. He comes over to play this a lot because he loved pinballs back in the 70s and 80s. And you can search by actual manufacturer. Atari, Bally, Capcom, Chicago Coin, Data East, Gottlieb, Sega, Spooky Pinball, which I haven't heard of, Stern, which I have. But really cool, really easy to, when you have over 1,000 tables, it can be kind of difficult to sometimes find which one you want to play. Of course, you can create a favorites folder, so you can have your favorite games for quicker load times. Let's see, after the manufacturers, we have a decades folder, which again comes in handy for my dad. We got the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and so on. I'm gonna go back here. What else we got? Recently added. There's a recently added thing. Really love the look on this. Look at that. Just every time you play this, I see cool new visuals that I haven't seen before, just because there's so much content on this drive. All right, I'm gonna go back. Let's see what else we got. Recently added, top 25. Now this is Visual Pinball X. You can go into that. There's pup packs, future pinball. There's also a random button if you just want to play a random pinball. Maybe it'll select one that you haven't, chosen before. But this is a cool way to kind of jump into a game. Maybe you can find one that you enjoy that you might have not have selected. So a few more things I wanted to add. Before I purchased this, I was a little nervous on getting a virtual pinball machine because I didn't want more problems. And I heard on the internet sometimes people make these at home and they don't work correctly. The games don't launch, or the audio's messed up, or isn't synced, or there's a host of problems. I just wanted to add, I've had zero mechanical issues or software problems with this since I purchased it. So that is a big plus, because I'm looking to have fun with these machines. I'm not looking to, have future problems and things I need to fix and just give me headaches. So that's a plus. Another thing, I love how these are USA made. A lot of products, I buy and sell products from China all the time, and because that's pretty much where everything is made. These are made in the United States. They ship from Florida. Great customer support. There's multiple, these virtual pinball manufacturers, but a lot of them are overseas and they didn't want to have to deal with international shipping and customs duty taxes. And then I heard, a lot of these people just, once you get your machine, you can never get customer support again. I was really pleased that I was able to do all these upgrades, get him on the phone. He was calm, the guy just is a genius. He knows what he's doing. He was able to access the machine through the internet and do all the back end stuff like I mentioned earlier, get it up and running. Another thing I like is the authentic parts. A lot of virtual pinball machines don't come with authentic parts. Maybe they'll use a real, a screen for the DMD. Mine is an actual real DMD, just like my authentic Medieval Madness pinball, which I like. The lockdown bars, the legs, everything is authentic pinball, which I think adds to the whole appearance of the machine. Just nothing's being skimped on. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video on the new upgrades to my Kraken machine to make it the Royal Edition. Highly recommend it. If you have any questions, definitely reach out to the Pinball King. I'll put his link below to his website. Guy's really knowledgeable, really friendly, really soft-spoken, easy to talk to. I didn't know anything about these and he held my hand through the whole buying process. He also has respect for the pinball community, which I think goes a long way. A lot of people don't when it comes to virtual pinballs and things like that. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. I respond to all comments. Hope to see you in the next video.